Alright, today what we're going to cover is learn how to prepare sandwiches. Sandwiches is a budget-friendly product which can be used for people that are having lunch that are in a rush on their day-to-day basis. For you that's working in the cafe, we just need to train you to get you to be able to assist the chef when you're busy at lunchtime. The first thing that you need to do before you start doing any sandwiches at all is to wash your hands. Anytime you're handling food, just go to a designated hand washing sink. Use soap and water, wash your hands. We've just covered this before when we've done our hygiene course. And when you're done with that, just get a paper towel and dry them off. Once we're done that, the next thing you need to do is your mise en place before we even start making a sandwich. So mise en place means put in place, so that's to be prepared before you start doing the product. It means that if you're in the middle of service, you don't want to be running around looking for produce or utensils or anything like that, because people that come in for lunch, they're in a hurry, they're on a 30-minute break, they want to come in, have their food and leave. You want to have everything here ready to go so that you can get the order in, make the sandwich and send it out with as little fuss as possible. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So the first thing you want to do is just with your chopping boards, always get a little damp cloth. Just get a little wet. And just get it underneath your chopping board, because you can see now how it's just sliding like this. So if you're using sharp knives and that, you push too hard, it could slip, you can cut your hand or anything like that. If you just get the damp cloth, just stitch it in underneath here like so, and hold it on. Has it here and is it nice and solid? Mm-hmm. Okay, so like the sandwich that we're going to do today is going to be an egg salad. So normally what you do is when you come in for a shift, you have yourself your little checklist of what you need to do for the day. You have a look at your menu of what produce you need. So you go and you pick the produce that you need and you just start preparing it before you start making any of the products. You get your utensils ready. So what we have here is we have our two chopping boards. One is the green one here, which is used specifically for your vegetables. And we have this other one here that's used for our bread. And if we were using meat, we'd be using the red chopping board if it was raw and brown, or if it was for cooked meat. But we're not using any of them today, we're just going to be doing it with eggs. So another thing is then with knives, especially sharp ones and that, whenever you're not using them, always just have the blade into the corner here of your chopping board, so that if anyone does go up to grab something in a hurry, or if you have a towel over it or something, that the blade is protected so that it's not going to cut your hand or cause injury to yourself or anybody else. So what we need to look at then is what ingredients do we actually need here. So today we're going to need eggs, mayonnaise, celery, onion, curry powder, salt and pepper to taste, lettuce, bread and butter. So you just take the products out as you need them. So the first thing that you look at is, okay, I need to do some eggs. So they're going to take the longest, so you probably do them first. So the trick is, I'm sure you've boiled eggs before, it's quite easy. Cold water, about 2 inches. Get your eggs. So you're going to be probably making enough to cover yourself for your lunch service. So if you know you're going to be making 20 sandwiches, just have a look at the recipe here and it says 1 egg does 1 sandwich. So you go, okay, I'll prepare 20 eggs so the mixture is ready. So you do that, you get your eggs into the water, add a little bit of vinegar to them. The reason you put the vinegar in is as the egg is boiling, if the egg cracks, the vinegar there will stop the white coming out of the shell as it's boiling. So you boil it with the water when it's cold, you let that go until it's boiling, take it off the heat and just leave it to settle for about 12 minutes. That'll get your egg nice and hard boiled. So I've always wanted to say this here, or something I prepared earlier. So when you're doing the egg, always have like a little bowl ready just for, you know, having anything, discard any rubbish or anything like that. It's always good to maybe just, when you're doing the egg, just do it underneath running water. It's very easy to remove the shell then. You can have it done with minimal fuss and nice and quick, especially when you're in a professional kitchen. Everything needs to be done at pace because it needs to get done quick. It's not just sandwiches you're going to have to do during the day, you're going to have to prepare salads, other meats, so the quicker you can get stuff done, the better. So for this sandwich now, we're going to need 1 egg, so we'll just put that there. Then we're going to be using our fresh produce, so we're going to be using celery, which will be prepared. So when you're using any fresh produce whatsoever, always make sure that you've washed it. The reason for this is people could have been handling it prior to you, or there could still be pesticides or something on it from the farm. It may not have been washed, so you just want to make sure that this has all been removed. Give them a good little wash. And when you're finished with the product that you're not using, just put it in the fridge. So when you're chopping up your product, get your knife, like so. Have your fingers, just point them away from the knife and the blade nice and tight against your fingers, and just do it in a chopping motion. Let the knife do the work, not your hands, okay? So just a nice little chopping motion like so. So you're protecting your fingers and you're going to get it nice and fine. Because we're going to be using this for a mix for the sandwich, we want to make this nice and small so that you can taste it in it, but it's not going to be a big chunky sandwich. You want to have everything nice and smooth and easy to eat. So as it is during the day, you want to make sure that you do enough to make your produce for the day. So you get this, get yourself some containers. So if you have anything left over, you want to keep your waste to a minimum. So if there's anything left over at the end of the day, put a sticker on it with your name, the date you prepared it, and put it in the fridge. If there's probably produce there from the last couple of days, use that first and just roast it off, because you want to keep the wastage to a minimum, because at the end of the day, if it's thrown in the bin, it's money wasted for the business. The next thing we need to get ready is the spring onion. And again, you just want to wash it. Just make sure there's nothing on there. And again, just dry it with a towel. Just lightly dry. You don't want to press on it because you don't want to damage the product. You want to make sure everything is still nice and fresh. Again, just cut off the bits that you're not going to use, put them to the side. The chef may use them to make broths or stocks or something like that. And the same as the last time, just your fingers just pointing away from the knife. You don't want to cut them off. And just let the blade do the work. Once that's done, again, you want to just cut it up nice and fine so it's nice and easy to make your sandwich. And again, everything is here as in containers and ready to be stored away when you're finished. And I think then the last product that we need to get done is the lettuce. Take off the first outside lid because someone's obviously going to be handled with something and you don't know where their hands have been. So give it a little wash. If it would have any stones or dirt or pebbles or anything like that in it, just to make sure that there's nothing on it. Again, just give it a pat dry and cut it out. I'm sure you've cut lettuce before. You just want to make sure you have it nice and ready. So you can just cut it and just have it like so. So this is what we're going to use today. And again, just put it in the container. So here's all your produce ready to go. And then get anything that you're finished with and just stick it into the fridge. Discard of anything that you're not using. You just want to make sure that your place is always clean and set up. If you know, if something shouldn't be there, don't have it there. It just adds to the chaos of the place. You just want to make sure that everything is under control and you can work quickly and efficiently. So once you've done that, you've everything here is in place, it's ready to go. You have your condiments, you have your mayonnaise, we have our 3 ingredients, and our egg is just there ready to go. So a sandwich is initially just 3 units. It's your bread, your spread and your filling. So with this one here, the bread it wants us to use is whole grain. So the thing is, only use the bread, don't take the bread out of its packaging or anything like that until you're ready to use it. So you can see we have fans here, so if we left it out with the fans, the bread is just going to go dry and stale really quickly. And if you're selling that person, if you're selling a sandwich at $7, $8 and it comes stale, you're not going to get many customers coming back again after that. So we have our bread here ready to go. I'll just get our spread. Now the reason that we, as I said, that we go along with the chef's ingredients is that he has a set to make sure that everything is priced appropriately to the menu. If you started making things differently to the way the chef is, firstly it won't have any consistency for the customers. They'll be coming in and having something different every day, and there's going to be a lot of wastage happening. So you stick to what it says here. So the first thing you want to do is get your 2 slices of bread. Actually, we can leave the bread for a moment. I went one step ahead of myself, so as you can see. So the first thing you want to do is prepare your mix. So just mash the egg up with the fork, just to start. After that, just ask for a teaspoon of your spring onion. And just cover up your products when you're finished, just to make sure no air gets into them. Some celery. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And just a little bit of curry powder to taste. Now it's very important that you taste everything as you do it. If you don't think it's good enough when you taste it, it's not good enough to sell to a customer. Just remember that. And finally, just a bit of mayonnaise. The reason why we put the mayonnaise in is just to make sure that everything is combined. So again, that just wants good teaspoon of mayonnaise. Now that's just happened there to blend everything together and just give it an extra little bit of flavour. So what you want to do then is just mix everything together so it gives a nice little consistency. See that? Mm-hmm. Yep. That's ready to go. And now we can start looking at preparing our sandwich. So as you can see, if we had to do this bit by bit and we had customers coming in, how long that would have taken? 10 minutes, the customer's walked up the door and won't come back. At least now you know that you've got your mix ready, so customer comes in, this is where the order comes in so you can start moving. So you get your bread. Prepare it like so. Your spread. Just give your filling a little bit of a taste, just to make sure that you're satisfied with it. And finally, just get your filling. So you just want to put that in and spread it evenly. Keep it within the crusts of the bread. You don't want anything hanging out because you want to make sure that it's presented nicely. It's not like a sandwich that you make at home where you just throw everything together and anyway it's fine. This is something that you're selling to a person, so you need to make sure that it's at a very nice, consistent level. Finally, just add your lettuce. That's it. Like so. Make sure again that everything is kept within the bread. Put your top on. Then with this knife, don't hack into it like you're trying to cut into a tree. You just want to hold the bread in place, let the knife do the work. And hey presto. Nice egg salad sandwich. So you're ready to do one of these now?
I'm sure I'll be
Yeah?
fine.
Okay, we'll crack into it.